And we're back with Shaman King. What happened to episode 19? Because this is episode 20, is probably the first thing you're wondering. Um, so, long story short, I tried to do a different recording software that was going to make the camera a lot better. So, essentially, I was switching video and let's just say I went a little too high. So I was like, oh, let's up the frame rate, let's up, the amount of pixels, like the quality and all that stuff. Anyways, it's a bunch of technical stuff. Point is, it was too big. The storage was too big for what I was using to record, and it ended up not working when I was trying to transfer it to my like PC and everything. So anyways, that is kind of lost. I don't think I'm going to be able to post episode 19, unfortunately. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Um, Basically, with me, if you don't see a Shaman King or a video that you were supposed to get, just look at it as he tried to do something to help improve the videos. The idea didn't work and it backfired. So, yeah, we're still gonna get Shaman King videos. It's just unfortunately episode 19 is probably most likely actually definitely never gonna come out. So that's unfortunate. Basically, to summarize what I thought about it, it's not the hugest issue. Like that episode was good because we got to see Chocolove do his powers and everything. I did record it. I did do all that. It's just you're not gonna get it. So basically, to summarize, it was just Chocolate finally showing his powers. I was looking forward to that. I said that if it happens, I hope it happens now because normally when we get introduced to a new member of the crew, or like the gang, they have their powers, they flex and they show their powers and everything. So I did say I really like the fact that Anna mentioned that his oversoul, he lets his spirit borrow his abilities. Like he gives in like his eyes, and I forget what other part she said, but I also said that I like that his arms, very specific stuff here, but I'm just trying to give you something of like, okay, these were my first impressions. I also like that his oversoul, he has the arms like extended, so they're like sticks. Because it was like biologically speaking, a human being's arms aren't as long as their legs, so going on all fours is harder. Anyways, it's a bunch of random stuff, but basically, if those were the highlights of the reaction, I don't think you guys missed much. So I'm glad it wasn't something like episode 13 or episode 10. It wasn't like one of those big episodes that was like, shoot. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that again with Shaman King because that's already backfired once, and this is probably the quality you guys are gonna get, which I don't think you guys really care about the quality of the video all that much. It's not the greatest, but I mean, you guys still watch it anyways. So that was like 3 minutes of explanation there. I'm really sorry I had to do that, but we're gonna jump right into it in three, two, one. Episode 20 of Shaman King starting now. Oh yeah, and then this guy. hmm, That's true. You just mentioned him a lot. But he's not worried. It's different reasons, but because they don't know they're brothers yet. But yeah, very famous. The thing is, right? It's like even with that episode, I said like, oh, just when the stuff was starting to get serious, it ended. Oh yeah, and I love this guy, the announcer. I said he reminds me of the guy from God of High School. If you remember that announcer, if you've seen that, kind of random, but I think there's a pretty good similarity. Ooh. Wait, so is Chocolate gonna go one on one with this guy? I guess that's the implication, right? Because he swept. He swept. Oh yeah, and we got to have back the damn the dudes from before. The guys with the chacky, yeah, the catchy like song and stuff. I forgot how it went. Damn. But yeah, I was singing along during that. So I'm just trying to remember everything. But honestly, there wasn't a lot. So I think we're good. But I think Chocolove's supposed to fight this guy on his own, which he could do. I think he could do it, but it's going to be a lot more challenging. So maybe we'll see him do more. Because so far he just showed like the basic level of his oversoul. Oh yeah, and then how like I think he mentioned something about like it doesn't really matter who wins and loses. Oh yeah, we also got like the bracket system, so we got to explain as to like okay who's gonna fight who, and then we found out that eventually Ren is going to fight with Yo in like 2 rounds. So there's that, which was kind of unfortunate because I was like Chocolove's. Oh yeah, this is gonna be his backstory episode. Ooh. Hmm. Uh, just a bunch of midget skeletons. Calvera. Yeah. Mm. I don't know if they're real skeletons. The proportions on those things are weird. Well, maybe they are. Mm. I'm confused. Why would he? Faust? Oh yeah. By the way, Faust joined like Team Yo, which I kind of implied in the previous one, so it's like not a huge surprise. I guess giant cactuses. I guess for Faust, it's an offensive because with him, if you think of like the Eliza situation, it makes sense like to use them as puppets. You kind of don't respect the dead in a sense. He treats it more as a game, maybe. I don't know. Because if you think about it, he uses Eliza as a way to try and bring her back, right? I'm excited to see Chocola's backstory because I think he'll be a little more like on the serious side, like opposed to like Lyserg's was about revenge and it was pretty serious, but it's highlighted by like this giant fictional figure of like how and all these powers and stuff. But yeah, I think Chocolove's is a little more like yeah, 1998 in New York, man. That's a rough place. Yay. Yeah, that's a twisted metaphor right there. This dude's like All Might. He just huh? What kind of gag is that? Highbrow. Yeah, that's the word for it. Highbrow. Imagine some random dude in New York is just like, yeah, spilling blood. It's like, oh, it's a joke. It's a prank. Ah, yes. I mean, he wasn't laughing though. I'm kind of cranky today. I'm kind of hungry today. Ah, I thought he shot his foot. I was like, ah, for a short period. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he doesn't look very old in this. Woo! Damn. Yeah, he likes, anime character exposition and that. Hey, he's laughing. Well, smiling. Only because of how dumb it is. Oops, 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 oops. Oh, okay, there we go. Fix that. I left you off the hook. Okay. Bad mood. I'd say it's the opposite. You laughed. Sheesh. I don't care for sad goodbyes. That's a good question. I feel like the last thing I would have expected to see in New York is a cheetah. No, sorry, it's a leopard, right? Successor. Huh? It's like Luffy when you tell him anything. Huh? Classic. I've never been to Mexico. I want to visit. Hmm. Imagine going to this fast food place, like just a McDonald's, and some kid is talking to someone that's not there. It's just random dude, like, right, Nick? Right? It's like, okay. To be fair, it's late at night, so. Hmm. I'm not used to this because this looks so normal. Like the environment. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I thought he was Japanese. I was like, what's a Japanese person doing in New York in 1998? It's possible, but like just a random like shaman. But Native American makes sense. Yeah. How? He's a kid. Well, actually, I could see it. I could see it. Number one killer, right? They wanted a fall guy, and like a dumb kid is the easiest way to get like into tight places. They do that, like they'll get messengers at a door and something. Like, it'll just be a normal kid, and then like it's screwed up, but that is something that happens. You'll have kids like send messages from gangs a lot in the wrong cities and wrong environments. Mm. Ah, wasn't a gay. Mm. Oh, yeah. Mm. I got this dude's like, hey, what? Huh? Like, you're gonna shoot him, just do it already. But we need to get all the exposition, and then he gets shot. Damn. Yeah. Like, what do you do in this circumstance? Because like, his jokes were never good. Okay. Damn, the animation. They really went hard on that. It looks like he's about to go Super Saiyan. Woo! Oh my god! Whoa! Did you see the fluent animation? Whoa! 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 Whoa. Up the volume real quick. What is this? Okay. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa. Ayers. Oh yeah! He made it a joke that it was his nipple. I think. Wait, I might have spoiled the joke. The navel of the world. Yeah. No? A clown shouldn't deal with clowns. Or a clown should deal with clowns. Yeah, see, Ren's a smart guy. He sees the joke. He sees the joke. It's still laughing. It's a complicated joke with two steps. What? It's like jokes with two steps are foreign to him. Oh, even they're laughing. That's fun. I love the music. Oh snap! He was able to bring him back. That's really awkward though. Like the guy that killed the old man. Oh no, you're Furioku. It was worth the joke though. Yeah, Ren could have swept these guys real fast. Woo, look at him. Fearless leader. Let's go. Yeah. But he just wanted to see. Damn. Oh, go Ren. Jeez. Yeah. The man's Furioku is awesome. Let's go, Basan. Oh. Hmm. Checked him. Damn. Yeah, Ren's Furioku is insane. Yeah, he never stood a chance. Yeah. It more than quadrupled. Yeah. Mm. Hey, let's not take away the shine from Chocolove though. All right, the guy did great, but yeah, Ren swept. Yeah, you didn't do anything. His jokes are funny, but his spirit deserves respect. Yeah, what a good team. Hot take: I like this team better than Yo's team. Oh, really? Even though none of them can see spirits, so they have no idea what the hell's going on. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. This stuff's not gonna get into me. No, you go away. It was touch and go for a while. You still have a lot to. Uh, I feel like you can never fully get an old man's like acknowledgement of like, yeah, you're grown up, you're done, Captain Daisho. Oh snap! Whoa, he called you out. That's my boy. Look at that idiot. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Red. He declared war on you. That was the friends for now. Oh, that's kind of tough. You know, that's harder. That's more badass than like calling someone out. It's like saying like it's okay. I'll deal with it when it happens. Shoot. Damn, now the big guns are here. No, traitor. Well, at least he's happy, you know. Traitor. No, you know what? Forget him. Be happy. I don't want Lyser to be happy. He's a traitor. Yeah, he's a lot more cheerful. I mean, there's only one way it would have gone. I feel like if you're Yo or you're Ren or whatever, you kind of don't look at it personally. Like you don't look at it as like, oh, you were a friend. I don't want to hurt you or like all this yada yada. Like at the end of the day, if someone feels like they belong somewhere else, you just let them go there and then like figure it out for themselves. But yeah, they brought yeah, I always had to sneeze. Wait. Okay, we're good. All right. Whew. No, I was gonna say that's the first time we got to see the Iron Maiden, which is what she's that's not her name, but like that's what she's called. I spoiled it. It's a she. But the case is called an Iron Maiden, so they refer to it as an Iron Maiden. So that's not a spoiler. That's just fun fact. But you may look at it from the Iron Maiden is that big like statue thing they were dropping. You may look at it and be like, okay, but like an Iron Maiden in real life is a torture device. It's got spikes on the inside. So basically, I don't know why they shaped it the way they did. I just know that like the device worked. Yeah, Iron Maiden. Well, they say Jen, but yeah, Iron Maiden Gene, which yep, that we're gonna see Jean, which is cool. I mean, we technically already seen her, so that'd be cool. We'll get to see the leader, or how would you put it? The leader. You know what? We'll talk about the whole position Jean holds when we see her next. But let's give Chocolove his credit because this guy worked hard on that joke. All right, it was a good joke. I may have stole his thunder, and I probably shouldn't have done that because I feel like that was the whole point of this. But it was funny. I will say I did laugh in the original, so I think in my soul I've already given him credit for that joke. But it's a good joke. It's a fun joke. I like the joke. I didn't ever know about that place in Australia, like the what is it, Ayers Rock? I didn't know about it, but until I watched this, and I was like, oh, that was like belly button of the world. What? But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on like overall? The episode was all centered around Chocolove, so I'd say the main thing is, what's your thoughts on the backstory? Because personally, I think it's my favorite one. I think it's my favorite backstory only because I feel like it took a very serious tone at the beginning, and whether or not you believe like, hey, it's a good one or it's a bad one because that's not realistic. Like with the laughter stuff and stuff, like it's like a little like too fast of a change considering the environment and like the stuff that goes on and gang violence and crime and urban violence in general and disparity, right? Uh, Laughter, eh. But I will say there is some breath of truth there. Like when you are in a tough situation, whether it's like in an urban environment, usually you have a form of coming together and partying or like having food with your friends and loved ones or just having like where it can be song and dance or food and drink and all kinds of forms of just to encourage a positive behavior when you're in a tough point in life, so I think to sum it all up in laughter is kind of like looking at it from the end result. But I do like the backstory a lot, and I would say it's my favorite. It's my favorite, but I would like to know what you guys think about it personally. I know with this version of Shaman King, things seem to go pretty quickly, so it's hard to really take a breather and like let them fully, like give you things at a more like with more finesse, and like kind of a more proper, I don't want to go that far, but like proper delivery in terms of plot. But most of the people that watch this already love Shaman King. So it's kind of meant for us in a sense, but it's meant to bring in like a new people to interest interest themselves into Shaman King. But I'd say like for as compact as it was pretty alright. There's a few holes in logic when it comes to well, the guy that shot the old dude and killed him is now one of the guys that's supporting Chocolove, but it's like, isn't that kind of awkward? Anyways, but I really like it. I also love the fact that I didn't know anything about the old man from the old one. They didn't really touch too much on his story, at least if I can remember. So I didn't realize he was Native American, and I love the points he made about um, like he was in the Amazon, which I don't know. I guess he would be Southern Native American, possibly. Yeah. Um, but he was, had more of like in tune with like spiritual and nature and all that stuff when it comes to the environment. And then the city brought an attraction to the youth and kind of made it tough to pass on your culture. So I thought it was a very interesting point he made. But obviously, for it being an anime, culturally speaking, it's a little tough to go in so much on like something that far away when if we're being honest, the main audience for these kinds of animes, even though we love them, is people in Japan, so it's kind of like it's like do I go into it more? It can be very intriguing, but at the end of the day, it's like what's too much, what's necessary, right? And I feel like this bridged a good excuse me, a good portion of like, okay, what's necessary to understand like actually, it was all of North America if you think about it, because Mexico had their version as well. So it was kind of like an all-around North American understanding. You had of like just people, and essentially you had the urban like sector and struggle when it came to Chocolove. You had like the Native American like uh, Aboriginal aspects when it came to the old man, and then you had the Mexican culture currently and like traditions when it came to that dude. I never kept track of his name. Um, so yeah, I think it was. I really love the backstory. I think that's why in the previous reaction, which you guys haven't seen, but like I said, not too much. But last thing in that previous reaction was when I saw the preview about Chocolove's Christmas. I actually got very excited because this was a backstory that I remember I enjoyed a lot because as you can see, it had a sense of realism and to a degree. Like don't get me wrong, I love the other backstories, but I wouldn't say we've gotten many of them. And I'd say the closest one we've gotten to a full-on backstory has been Lyserg, possibly. Yeah, I mean we got Ren's in a way, but you know what I mean. Like Lyserg's was pretty like in terms of like this is his origin of why he does what he does. And I think it was very stereotypical England. It was like let's do Sherlock Holmes, he's a detective and all that stuff. But it's very hard to relate to or like have a sense of like ooh, when how as badass as he is, don't get me wrong, how is a fictional dude with fictional powers who just shows up and obliterates your house? It's like I guess, but for Choco to be like, okay, there was a robber, shot his parents, now he applies that aggression and hurts others because he was hurt himself in a very realistic setting is I don't know, it just puts you in a whole different, set like of emotions. You're just like, oh, this feels tough, So I love Chocolove for the twist of like it's that story of like the people that laugh the most or the people that are usually look like the happiest on the outside can be the saddest on the inside. But it's like compensation, right? You're trying to compensate for all the sad times you've had. But outside of that, let's talk about real quick Ren's powers and how he just got a huge jump because he looked at the Great Spirit, which I guess was foreshadowed when he didn't get knocked out, but I'm curious as to if that's going to apply to the others. And I can't wait to see what Yo will accomplish during his match. I don't think Yo, because if you remember in the previous fight they had, Yo's Furyoku has always been lower than Ren's. So I think that trend is going to continue. But it was a cool thing when, like, even though they've just met and they've just been on the same team, when Chocolove like passes out, he's like, "All right, Ren, it's all up to you." It's like that's what you do when you're the leader, and then Ren's like, "I got you." He comes in from the lights. That is probably, I wouldn't say it's my favorite part because the animation when Chocolove was using his big final move was incredible. I love the music. I love the animation, the way his cape, it's not his cape, his coat was flapping. It was crazy. But I will say, I think for like from 1 to 0, like at the quickest rate of excitement, the one that was most like impactful for me was seeing Ren come from the lights and like go full Basson and just slam them into the like into the dirt. So that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So I'm interested to see what we get in terms of animation coming up, because I did forget we've saved up plenty of time for some good animation. So I'm really, really excited to see what we're gonna get in the upcoming stuff. I don't know if we're getting. We might actually get a fight. We might get a fight. Well, more like a slaughter when the X Laws. I'm assuming the X Laws are gonna have their fight in the next one because of Jean, doing her whole appearance thing, and then you'll learn more about her as they fight and destroy their enemies. I don't think Jean fights, but we'll see in the next episode. But yeah, if you like these kinds of reactions, Shaman King reactions, please like the video. It's the best way to show me that you enjoyed what you saw. Um, Comment wise, like I said, you know, put down what your thoughts were on Chocolove, his backstory, most of all. Actually, you know what? I think, in a way, not that the last reaction not showing up was a blessing, but it's like, in a way, that not being there kind of helped encompass, I feel like, the best part of Chocolove, which seeing his backstory, where he comes from, and then his perspective, and then all that stuff. I think this episode does Chocolove justice. Well, the last one showed his abilities. This one shows his abilities and then some. Like, it shows everything about him. So I think, trying to look at the upside. But yeah, what you thought of Choke Love, put it down in the comments. Have some discussion. I'll try to mingle down there if I can. But yeah, so like, subscribe to keep notified for more of the videos. Hit the bell button so you don't miss any of the videos, because clearly anything can happen when I'm trying to post something. When I'm running a YouTube channel, anything can happen. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace. Goodbye.